Hello and welcome. I've a habit of itching my nose every time I start these streams, I noticed when I've been editing them. Yes, Factorio. Saturday. Factorio. 3 p.m. Factorio. Let's get the game loaded up, shall we? Between streams, I haven't done a lot. I've been particularly busy at work, combined with some horrendously hot and humid weather in the UK. I was rushing to set up because I'm a Formula One fan, and my chosen streaming time should work perfectly for. Why is that not moving up? Is that better? Got a bit of headroom? Not really. I cannot figure this camera out at all. I've said this before multiple times. We'll just leave it there. That's close enough. It should work perfectly for qualifying, but unfortunately, the driver seemed to have a bit of a habit this year of crashing and causing a red flag. And it means that the qualifying is delayed. So I've not heard the final bit of qualifying for this Grand Prix that's on. I won't say which one because it kind of dates the stream. But yeah, so I've ended up sort of rushing a bit to get it done because there was like basically about a 15-minute delay to qualifying. So I don't know what the results are or anything. I kind of resigned myself to, with the race, that I have to watch it on catch up or, highlights or whatever. But anyway, between streams, what I've done is turn the power grid off. What I've basically done, so it's not a lot, but what I've basically done is worked out how I want to do logic. So we see here we have the logic system. So what I'm planning to do first off, how I've done that is I've just sort of worked it out, and then I've created a load of. Well, there's one there. Look, you see. So, I'll explain that one in a minute. It's slightly different, that one. But I got wrong blueprint book. There we go. I got a load of blueprints down here that I need to apply to my other blueprints. So we need to slap down the current set of blueprints. And do some edits to them by applying these changes. And basically, well, let's just go and do that rather than me sort of explaining. I don't think I need to build them. Because what I've basically done, I've been working on logic generally for the things. Because what I want really is a system where both the bus trains and the sort of main build trains can be supplied from the same system, and that opens up some options in terms of using green, those green, red, and blue circuit builds to ferry more materials in. But it also means we can keep this going without the need to set up sort of two sets of different types of outposts. So I've sort of combined them all together. Where am I going? So I say we need to do these final fixes to the outposts. I'm happy with the design. It's not perfect in terms of the artillery outposts. They're not quite strong enough, really, but I think in combination with Spidertrons without... let's turn that off first. Without... Spidertrons without explosive rockets. I think that'll work, basically. Right, where's the first blueprint? So the first one, of course, is the artillery... Well, there's that one, but that's irrelevant. Is the artillery blueprint. Now, we don't need any logic system on that, because that's obviously gets torn up. The problem is these end corners... I was going to point... Maybe if I... So the ends, basically. So can I do that? So these ends... That's too far over, but are not quite strong enough, basically. There's not quite enough density of fire, basically. Yes, then pick it up. So this is the main artillery. So once that's done, once we've done the clearance, then the other trains come in, and the other trains come in. We then set up this system, which is the main, set of stations. Okay, and this is where we need to apply the logic. Okay, so we'll plop that down. Now I should just be able to apply these on top. If not, we'll have to bring the other other ones over. Now we already have one bit of logic here in the system, basically. I can't remember whether I have to. Now, what I've done, the other thing I've done during the stream, and mainly why, apart from the fact that it's difficult to work out the logic stuff, is basically the trains I've switched over to having, these war trains, to having both nuclear fuel and artillery in the same train. So they've been going round to the outpost walls and basically dumping a load of nuclear fuel, and there was like loads of nuclear fuel in these because I didn't have filter inserters on them, basically. So they've now got filter inserters on them, and that's kind of what we need to make sure of here. And I can't remember. I think I've got a logic connection I need to add. Haven't I? Is this the one? I think this is the one. Ah, okay. We're gonna have to put the blueprint in, basically. Oh, bugger. Because it won't connect up. Will it let me connect up the wires? Because what I have on the walls basically, is the and I took it out, and that was sort of an error. But there was a second one, because obviously we've got this one that is for the uranium ammo, but there was a second one for the artillery shells. And what I should have actually done is switched it to the nuclear fuel, which is what this is, this little blueprint. But if I put this in, that's fine, and we can blueprint it again. But I don't think I can connect the wires up, can I? Because we've got the wires are still here, but I need to connect. Yeah, you see. Now, that means I have to put in some bits. I need to be very careful. I can't connect that, can I? Because it doesn't exist. So I need to add that in. And then we need to connect this to here. And then we need to add, which one? This one in. And we need to connect this to... Oh, it doesn't exist, does it? Have I got any of them? Yes, I have. Okay, so I can do that. And then I connect it to there. I need to put that in, which I don't think it'll let me do, will it? Because I don't think I've got any. No. So if we pop one in, I'm going to need them for the tweaking the other blueprints anyway. In fact, I might as well just do that. And then, so I need to connect this to here as well. And it should have the logic it needs. So the terminal name is 1. We only ever want one, of these war trains coming here. So that's not a thing it's going to change. But it's the enable disable condition if it gets this 1 signal. And essentially, this decider combinator is now giving out a 1 signal if the nuclear fuel goes below 5. And I say we've now got the filter inserters on this. We always had them, but we've got filter inserters putting stuff in boxes. These should be limited to, so it's a bit like the other system with the ammo, basically. Right, so that's that one. The other ones we obviously need to fix are here, but they're not in this blueprint, I don't think. Let's just check. So that's that one, isn't it? Oh, actually, there's that as well, isn't there? Yeah. Okay, so the other thing is I've put a logic system in place that is a timer, basically. Well, not basically, it's a timer. And what it does is every 9 minutes, it switches the artillery station on for 1 minute. Now, that might seem a bit weird, and it is a bit weird, but basically what I'm doing is I'm turning the station on, right? And if there's a train sat here waiting, which there is almost certainly going to be, because the only time these are going to be moving, these these three artillery trains, the only time they're going to be moving is when there's a outpost that I've just built and we want to do the general, the big clearance thing, in which case we're fine, basically. We've got one train coming. I think I've already set a limit to that. It doesn't sort of matter if I haven't, but it'll turn up, clear out all the biters, and then leave, basically, and that's all we needed to do. And I'll be doing that manually now. And we're going to do it very occasionally, so that's fine. They do nothing else other than come to these stations and basically, do a if the new biters have spawned, clear them out, basically. So those are the only two things I need these artillery trains to do. And while I could set up some complicated system, I think it's a shame you can't put logic things on radars. Basically, that's what I'd really want to do. I'd really want a radar that is, if it detects a biter nest, do an on signal, basically. But instead, what I've got is got a timer. It's a 10-minute timer, effectively, and it turns it on for the last minute. Now, because I'm going to be late, in theory, I could by accident have two of them, or I could have 5 that are coincidentally timed. But in reality, that's not going to happen, because it's just not. It's not going to happen. And if it does, I can just come and redo lay it down so that it's out of sync. So effectively, we've got a whole load of outposts that will occasionally be turning a flag on to say that the artillery station is now open. Okay. And you might think, right, well, if it's only on for a minute, what if this train takes longer to a minute to get there? Well, as I understand it, and I could be wrong about this could be a fatal flaw. As I understand it, once a train, because what it's doing, it's basically using a timer to set the train limit, I think. Am I setting the train limit? Whatever I'm doing with it. I think I'm just turning it on, and there's a train limit of 1. But basically, what happens with the whole train limit system and timing and stuff like that is if a train heads off to a station and that station closes in the meantime, it will complete that journey, is my understanding. And it's a bit of logic they introduced because you can now dynamically set the train limits. If you set a train limit to say 3, and so 3 trains head towards that station, if you were then to suddenly switch it down to 0, because of a logic system, those trains still need to complete that journey, because they can't, if suddenly they can't go to where they need to go, what happens then? What does the train do? Well, it goes to its next stop in its itinerary. But what if you've turned that station off, or it's unreachable because you've not got a loop system or whatever? So it has to have a logic where it can at least get to the station it was meant to go to, even if that station is closed and it immediately sets off or whatever. It has to get there in order for it then to go to its next list item in its itinerary. And if that station's closed, it will just sit there waiting for that station to open. So I say you have to have, that's how they got around. And it's one of the things I was like, but what if this happens when they change that? So the logic, as I understand it, is it completes the journey. Now, I'm not sure what it does about repathing. If it ends up having to repath, I don't know if it'll effectively cancel what it's going to. From what I've seen, it works. So basically, we switch it on, one of the trains sets off, and then it turns off, but the train completes its journey. So that's what I've done. Okay. Right, so that's that explained. Now, what we therefore need to do, is basically plop this in. Okay, so I need to use this logic system. I hope I've got firing station, outpost. Yes, it's the correct names. And this is basically what the logic is doing. So it's basically a counter. I'm not going to explain how that works, but if you're interested, there are some examples on the wiki, on the Factorio wiki. So if you're curious as to how that's working, you can do that. But basically, all it's doing is it's got a timer set to because the game has an update rate of 60 ticks a second, and basically it's counting those ticks is all it's doing. And when it gets to a certain point that I've set in the logic, which is 60 times 60 times 10, basic. No, 60 times 60 times 9. Then it basically flags a signal, train's open, and then when it goes over 60 by 60 by 10, it turns it off again. Yeah, so there's a 10-minute window of which 1 minute it's open. That's basically what's happening. Yeah, so those are the edits to this particular blueprint. Now I'm going to keep these. I'm not going to get rid of them, even though we've applied them. I've done them I did them in the order that I did them out, so I actually worked these out later. So these are the other ones we need to apply, but they're on a different blueprint basically. Right, so yes, so that's basically the edits to this blueprint. So we need to find that blueprint, and this is why I didn't do it on stream last time, because it's a bit. I find it a bit brain melting trying to work out the. Which one is it? Is it that one? No, it's that one, isn't it? You know, trying to work out what you need to do, basically. So we need to edit that blueprint, grab everything, make sure we've got everything. Looks like it. Want the train stop name still. Cool. Excellent. So that should now match. Well, I mean, certainly, you know, it matches what we've got. Now, do I need? I don't think I do. Let's just get rid of it anyway. Turn new lock back on. Okay. Because I think the edits to the other blueprints are sort of independent, essentially. Where are they? So is that the one? No, that's the one we've just done. Oh. Where is? Oh, it's that one, isn't it? Yes. Yes, because this is the first. This is the first one with our stuff on, basically. And basically, so this is all the sort of loading side of things, okay? And it's set up that this is the raw material loading, and then this is the process material loading, okay? So we've got a station here that should be. Oh, it doesn't give a name. Oh, that's interesting. I need to put them in anyway. Oh yeah, I have to put it on the rail, don't I? Okay. And then like that. Obviously these are, you know, the whole system is modular, so it's all building up on itself. So I have to put that in. Why are you not? No, that's wrong. What are you doing there? Why is that not clipping to that? Why is it clipping to that and not that? Straight rail is in the way. Okay. Maybe if I put some signals on it and it will help it with the understanding of what it is. There we go. That was strange. I don't know why it, you know, it was clipped. Basically, it was trying to clip to this rail line, even though this was there and there was a blueprint there. Very strange. Now, there are two edits here. And what I've actually done is I've used green and red wire independently so I can remember which is which. It sort of doesn't matter. You get them for free when basically the when you have red and green wire in blueprints, it ignores the cost of those. It's only when you're manually doing stuff with blueprints that you have to watch it. You know, have to do the business. Now, the question here is, will I be able to just stick these blueprints on the top? I mean, I didn't have to. I don't have to edit these in, basically. Now, is that green wire or is that red wire? That's green wire. Let's turn that off for a sec. So yes, this is the green one. You see, this is how I've, you know, worked out which is which, basically. So this is the green wire one. This is the red wire one. So the green wire, the one is the one at the top. It's a bit weird when you place these blueprints down because there's no noise to them. We got that there, that there, that there, that there. We don't need that. And this is the red version here. Like so. So all I'm doing basically is hooking all of the chests up together, and that then gives me a signal that is the total number of items in the chests. If you're not familiar with how... So there's a quirk to how Factorio does the logic system in that it associates numbers to items. So the way these are set up is basically whatever's in the chest, it pumps out a number that says what's in the chest. So this is on the raw side. So if this was raw iron, it would pump out a number that is the image of a raw piece of iron. I can't do it there, but that is so the little icon that it uses for a raw piece of iron, and it associates a number with that. So if there was 100 items in this box, it would pump out a signal that is raw iron 100. Okay. And what the game actually does, and it's kind of a thing of, it's kind of how all games actually work, in that all games are actually turn-based. Every game recalculates itself every game tick. Now, whether that game tick is 60 per second or 120 per second, which is your frame rate and your hertz and all that sort of stuff, depends on the game. In Factorio, it's 60 ticks per second. And basically what's happening is every time it updates the game, it calculates that number. So if at tick 1 there's 100 items, 100 iron ore in that chest, it's 100 iron ore. And if there's then in the next tick there's 101 items in that chest, then it's 101 iron ore. And what this system here is just doing is adding all of those up. So this is telling me across all of the chests how much iron ore I've got in all of the chests. Now, I kind of don't need to do that, but I am doing that. The reason I don't need to do that is because actually the chests, the trains that matter are the 242 for the bus in terms of raw stuff, because they're going to be most of the raw material moving about. But obviously with these, I do need to do that. I do need to have the maths going. And then what it's basically doing, now, am I going to explain this in detail? We've basically got a constant combinator. Now, constant combinator is you set that to do whatever signal you want. And you could do 4, I think. No, it's like 8, isn't it, or something? I can't remember. You can do loads of them. And it just pumps out a number continuously. So where this is a counter of what's in the chest, this is just a number that you tell it to output. And in this case, it's 16,002, right? And the reason it's 16,000 is that the maximum amount of ore that one train can have is 16,000. And say that's the bigger ones. And then so here, where we're doing the process stuff, because you stack process twice as high, this has got a value of 32,000. Okay, and it's also got 4. Now, why has it got 2 trains and 4 trains? Well, because we have we've got 2 slots here basically. Oh, I got rid of the blueprint, didn't I? But in our stacker, we then have an additional, 5 slots? So that's 7 in total. But we always want 1 free in order for the artillery trains and outpost trains to be able to get through, because they're on the same network, basically. And that therefore means we need these 2 to add up to 6. So there's one slot in the actual station and then 4 in the stacker. But I don't want them to be even, because I don't need that much raw ore being moved about. I need more processed ore. So I've just gone with 2, maximum of 2 raw trains and maximum of 4 process trains. Okay. And what this is effectively then doing, there's some maths going on here, and it's first thing it's doing is essentially converting this from iron ore into a more generic number. And so I can then reuse this no matter what ore is doing. So in this case, I say it could be iron ore, it could be stone, it could be coal, it could be any of those things. But that material is basically coming, in here, and then it's saying genericize it, turn it into whatever, a number. I can't remember what I actually said it was. I think it's L, which is the signal that they've predetermined is the continue the to do the train stacking. But because these chests hold so much compared to a single carriage, I also want to limit the number of trains, as I say. So we're both getting a number in that's saying, right, well, here, this is the maximum number of trains that you can do no matter what. But also a single train holds 16,000. So the numbers it's getting in are the maximum number of trains, the amount that a single train will hold of that type. So in this case, raw 16,000. And also the actual number, the actual amount of stuff. And so it's then doing a fairly simple calculation. It's saying, right, well, how much stuff have I got in? And if I divide the amount that a train can hold by that, how many trains can I fill up? Yeah. So if there was 32,000 bits of ore in across all of these things, and say this is where it gets, because you could have, just to use a random number, you can have 4,000 in there, 0 in there, 0 in there, 0 in there. But that's why we've got a stacker, basically, to try and even out the flow. Yeah. But basically, these hopefully got roughly the same amount of stuff in them, at least in terms of the chunks. So this will have more in it because it's first. Yeah. So you get a declining amount of stuff because this is first and this is last. But basically, these groups of inserters should have about the same amount of stuff in it. It won't be exact, but it'll be close as. So effectively, I'm saying, right, well, how much have we got? If it's 32,000 divided by 16,000, we can hold 2 trains. But as I say, they hold more than 32,000. So it could come up with a number of, I think the maximum was like 8 or something in theory that it could hold. It's 7 or 8, something like that, is the maximum number that it could calculate. And so the other thing that's going on, and I say that's essentially what's coming out of this number, is that, right, well, I can hold 8 trains. But then this logic system is basically doing a Boolean type operation that's saying, right, well, which is the bigger number? Which is the number, which is the smaller number, effectively? And it's saying, right, well, I know 2 trains maximum, and I know X, we have capacity for X trains. Which of those is smaller? Is it 0? Because what happens actually when it does the maths, it always rounds down. That's like a Factorio thing. It just rounds the number down all the time. So if you've got 15,500 bits of ore, it'll divide that by 16,000 and come up with 0, basically. So it won't come up. It won't round up. It never rounds up. It always rounds down. So the 3 numbers it can get, it can use. It knows it wants. It can set this to are 0, 1, and 2, because if we've not got any ore here, then it'll come up with 0 and it'll pick 0. If we've got enough for 1 train, then it'll pick 1. If we've got enough for 2 trains, it'll pick 2. If we've got enough for 3 trains, it'll then say, right, well, I'm being told do no more than 2 trains. So it'll pick 2 trains. If we've got enough for 7 trains, it'll come up with 2. Yeah? So it'll always pick, the maximum it'll get to is that 2. And of course here it's the 4. So, we could hold a lot more stuff, a lot more trains, etc., etc. And of course these, but I mean, it's actually, when I was working at it, didn't quite work, because the trains hold 32,000, and that's double the amount of ore, double the amount, although they hold 100 here. So it should allow it to do the same 7, I think. But as I say, I got a bit confused when I was doing that a little bit. Now, the next bit we need to do, I need to put in, or I need to see where the, because these obviously aren't connected yet. So the other bit I need to do is connect them up. But it's because so what this, there we go. So this blueprint would be like that, basically. So where are my connections? Okay, I've just connected them directly. There's no power poles. Right, okay, so what I need to do is put this chest in, and this chest, and then this combinator, basically. Like that. And then I need to connect this one with green wire. Like that. And this one with red wire. Like that. So that should work, basically. Hopefully. So, let's edit this blueprint. I say this is why I didn't do it on stream, because it's not actually that complicated, but it's a bit difficult. It's that one, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bit difficult to get your head around, particularly if anyone's watching and you're trying to do chat as well and stuff. It gets a bit, or I find it a bit confusing. Right, so that's now got the logic. So I'll keep the blueprints in case I've messed anything up for the logic system, but we should be okay. Okay. The other blueprint I've got here, this is just to show, I just wanted to show you basically what I've done here. What have I done here? Oh, that was, no. I could have just used that. Oh, no, that's a different one. What's that? Oh, yeah, okay. Right, so what I then did, having kind of worked out the basic principles, what I then did was I went round to all of the bus train loads, okay, and they now have dynamic limits being set, basically, and that's what this blueprint is here. Now, I haven't put it in the book because essentially I'm only using it. Did I even put it on here? No, I didn't even put it on the. I really don't know if we're going to bother with another uranium. If we do, it'll be I'll probably set it up manually. But basically now we have a similar system. Oh, I didn't explain the lights. So what I'm doing with the lights basically is using it as a quick visual reference, essentially to check nothing's gone wrong and how the station is looking in terms of its, like how filled up it is. So this blueprint was specially designed, or a modified version of the main one. They filled it up. Okay, and it's doing the same thing. So it's counting the amount of stuff. Now I've connected these across because for those stations they're going to have double-sided loading, the bus ones. And I'll show you. So imagine this is iron ore. What it does, it says each, and this is a special signal it has, and it just says for everything that you're bringing in. Oh, it's taken that off. Multiply it by 1, and then output X. So it's X that I'm using. Basically, and what that's effectively doing is converting anything that might be coming in as a signal from the train, from the station, from the chests. So it could be copper, it could be iron ore, it could be coal, it could be stone. It could be stone brick, it could be iron plate, it could be, I guess, uranium, anything, and outputting it as an X. Okay, so it's just counting the amount of stuff in all of those chests and saying that is X. And so it's then outputting that signal of, say 20,000 X or X 20,000, right? This then is dividing X by whatever I've said the cargo limit is. So for these trains, that's 8,000 because they're 242 trains. And they're all doing, well, they're not all doing raw, but, I can edit that quite easily. Also, the blueprint that I came up with had a 6-stacker, I think it's actually 7 technically, but it's got 6 slots in the stacker. Plus the actual train that's there. So now it's got those parameters saying, right, well, we can hold 8,000, or a single train holds 8,000, and a train, and we can hold 6 trains maximum. It's then taking that in both of these decider combinators, right? They're both connected to both of these systems. It's one of the reasons I like to. You can use the same wires, but I like to use the red and green to help me differentiate between them. And it's saying, right, okay, what's coming in here? Actually, what's that doing? Oh, that's outputting L now, basically. So L is, I haven't got the actual train here, but when you have a station and you set a limit via, so we want circuit network. Oh, it's not connected. Bums. Let's just stick a constant combinator on it. One of the things I think that's a bit, it shouldn't be called a constant combinator because it's not combining anything actually. What it's doing is outputting. So if this outputs L, right, And this is the thing, as I say, that you have to get your head round with Factorio, that and the logic, the circuit networks, is that it can output any of these, but these are like labels basically, and what it's then doing is outputting the number. And sometimes it basically does a lot of automating. So, for example, the devs have set L as the limit of trains. You can change it, but there's other things you can't change. So you can't get it to output X. So if I put, say, 73 bits of iron plate in there, it's got an input signal of 73 bits of iron plate. I can't change that without using this logic system. Okay, so some of the things are fixed. But if it was outputting a signal L, that would probably be because I'd set that as L. Anyway, so if this, for example, is outputting the signal L equals 1, right, then you connect it to the circuit network, and we can have, well, what I'm doing is I'm setting a train limit based on L. And I say I can change that. I can change that to P or 8 or 9 or, solar panel, whatever you want, you can use. But basically it's saying set the train limit to whatever L is. And in this case, we've put it as 1. So if we're putting out, say, 5, then the train limit is now 5. Okay. So yeah, so I've converted this now to L. Okay, and it's now saying, this one is outputting L in terms of, the number of trains that theoretically could be, filled up by the amount of ore that we've got in all of those stations. And now we've got two conditions going on here, basically, which is based on this 6 that's coming out here. And it's saying, right, if L is greater than or equal to the number of trains maximum, so this is sort of saying about the two conditions. If it's greater than or equal to the number of trains, so if it's 6, 7, 8, 9, etc., then just output the train signal. So in other words, this is 6. If L is 7 and this is 6 and train is 6, output 6. That's what that's saying. But if L is 3, you don't output anything basically. And that's what this second one is doing, where it's saying, right, well, if L's below the number of trains, so L is 3, then output 3, basically. So we've got two sets of signals coming out, basically, that are values for L, and they're independent. So L cannot, if I'd accidentally set that to less than or equal to, we would essentially have a conflict, although it wouldn't matter because it's the same number. But if I'd set that to less than or equal to, then when L equaled 6, both of these signals would output, and one would output 6 and one would output 6, basically. Yeah. Now this one is using the whole each thing again, and as I say, this is where it would become a problem, because if we had 6 coming out of both of them, this basically would turn it into 12, because it would say for everything that you're getting in, multiply it by 1 and effectively add it all together again. I say there are a lot of hidden things in the logic system, the circuit network system, that it doesn't really tell you, right? So what it would actually do in this case, if I had set that accidentally to both to have, so greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, even if I had set it to greater than or equal to or greater to, it adds them together. And that's why, because it's each, if you think about it, it does make sense. So in other words, if it was 6, and this was set up like this, it would output 12L. And say it would associate the L with the 12 because that's what I'm telling it to do, and it would send it to the station, and L would have a limit of 12, which is not what we want. I say, so you do have to be a bit careful with what you set. Now the other thing I'm doing is basically I've connected these lamps to this. I can't remember which one I've connected them to. I think it's the output from this. I'm pretty sure, because that's L. Yeah, so I've set it to that, and basically all I've done is I've set a set of conditions that are, if L is above 0, turn on. If L is above 1, turn on. If L is above 2. So in other words, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if this 7th light is on, we know something's gone pear-shaped, because the logic I've set up shouldn't allow 7 to come on. But also, we know that if this is no lights are on, there's hardly anything in this system. And it might be time to consider a new outpost. So hopefully that makes a bit of sense. I guess there's no one watching live, so if anyone's watching us and catch up on the VOD and that doesn't make sense, I'm happy to explain in comments if you want to ask questions. Or obviously come and join me in one of the streams, and I'm happy to answer how all that works. But as I say, because I have to think it through, and I'm not the smartest at the logic systems, that's why I did it, between streams, because it's a bit too complicated, and also I can never remember how to do the timers, so so I had to look that up on the wiki. Right, yes. So one of the reasons I've got that there is because one of the things we could do today is I've done that for every station, so that has that has materials basically. So this one has a train limit that's being set by L, and L is being determined here as 6 because we're not really using very much coal, so it's all filled up and it's ready to go. Have I got one that? Oh, here we go. So this one, where we're just dragging the last remnants of this stone out, this is 0 because there's so little stone in these that it's not saying to do anything. So that's effectively switched off. I mean, it's not switched off because it's actually got a limit of 0 set on it. But yeah, there is enough stuff here, 40,000, given that a train holds 8,000 for several trains, but it's going to take ages for it to drag that material out. This one's probably an example of halfway. No, that's been set there. It's because I'm not using a lot on the bus really. There's not a lot of material coming out. Did I do that between streams, or have I shown that? I think I did this between streams, didn't I? Huh, okay. So what I've done here basically is we had these were all going all the way up basically, and I've now set them up. What I realized is I could have it just outputting in 2 points. So if we ever get to the point where I finish doing all this and we're making all the stuff, this will enable it to output, the sort of 1.2 lanes worth of stuff that we'll get out of it. But say it's not really doing anything particularly. The reason is, this is what we need to do. We need to set up the blue circuit build because it's eating all of the blue circuits. And what's happening? It's doing that thing where it, goes up and down. Where basically, once this is filled up and these stop making stuff, then green circuits get released, and it starts doing the rest of the things it needs to do. Now, most things obviously aren't actually running, but we still have some modules being made. So as you can see there, they're just eating the last of the green that they were sent, and that's it. And then this green lane is empty basically. So that's why we need to set up the blue circuit build. Right. This is all kind of catching up because last stream was obviously the one where I was suffering with all the side effects of the was it? Or am I getting mixed up? I can't remember whether last week was the side effects or not. It's been a hell of a week, to be honest with you. Okay, so that's the outposts finalised and fixed. Now, what I say, one of the things we could do is go around and what I need to do, and I don't know whether I'll do it on stream or not, is I need to go around to the oil ones and set them up so that once we get to the stage where there's only a very little amount of oil available, I can set them all to 1 and chop off this into this stacker, and then we've just got a nice tight thing that I can put solar panels around, because we kind of run out of space for solar panels without doing some fairly major editing of the system. But also, what I can also do is switch these over to using the bus. So instead of the red circuit copper stuff, I can just do it all the same now that I've got that blueprint. And I can have any train go to any station. And the logic they use, it's like a distance thing. So when this says, right, I need copper, it looks for the closest one. And that means that the closest ones will get eaten up first. But because once you've given all their material up, they'll then start setting the train limit lower, and it will start going and using some of these, basically. So, that's why I've done it. And once eventually everything is pretty much used up here, we can then switch their stationing over to the outpost one. So that gives me a bit of breathing room to set up all the outposts. Here you go. So this is it basically turning on and saying, send me a train. And it's now heading over here. And even if this switches off, because the timer, it will come. There you go. So it's completing the journey. And a minute's roughly about how long it takes them to arrive. Are you going to do anything? I mean, they keep turning. 10 minutes is not a sort of all right-ish time to use because the evolution rate. It's a fairly good chance that there will be an expansion. Gosh, but I've just been explaining and explaining and explaining and explaining. So let's go on and do some stuff. So we've done that bit. What's number 2? Well, because I've been trying to be all efficient. I say, especially after that stream where I was, basically capacitated. Have I got a number 2? Let's turn the station names off. So I got... No. Unless I'm being mad, I've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. There is no number 2, is there? Unless I was going to... No. No, okay. So we've done number 2 as well. Right, so what I need to do basically now is come over and duplicate this. In fact, we could get some of the spiders going over there, couldn't we? Now, which ones would it be? It would be... I wish it gave the names as to which ones they're associated with. But it's like these ones up here, so... I mean, there is rail over there, isn't there? So we could send... In fact, actually, let's just pop that on there. So we could send you, and you. Something like that. And I'll nip into Spidey 5. In fact, we could probably bring Spidey 5 over here to some degree. Meet him halfway, or her halfway. I try to always call the Spidertrons her because, as I understand it, generally speaking, most spiders you see are female because there's that whole thing of them eating their mates, and also like male spiders are pathetically tiny, like they're just there for reproductive purposes. They're not actually, the sort of females of the lineage, as it were. Very odd things, spiders. Do some very interesting behaviours in evolutionary terms. Right, so I should literally just be able to copy and paste this. Hopefully. Because we should have radars on it. Right. Yeah, got radar. The tricky bit will be the whole, accidentally including that stuff. So what we'll actually do is blueprint it, basically. And I don't want this blueprint, but it allows me to edit that rubbish out, basically. So all I need is that bit. So let's put that on a corner there. So I don't want any of them. And this is kind of my only problem with, because they gave us the ability to edit, put down blueprints on the map and stuff, and we can make gigantic blueprints, but editing those blueprints is a real pain. Hopefully I've taken most of that out. I mean, we don't need this rubbish here either, but I can do all that bit manually. Right, so I'm going to create that as a blueprint and say I don't really want that blueprint. Yeah, why are you not lining up? You line up there? Okay, you would line up there. you there. Yeah, I think that's a good place anyway. So we'll plop you down there. And then, as I say, we'll go and sort of... we'll go and kind of edit these. So we don't really need all of this stuff here. Okay, like that. And we'll send all of the... What is it? It's like 6, 7, 8. So we go... Oh, no, that's... Swap them over. There we go. So it's 6... No. 8's the rail one, isn't it? So we want 6 there, 7 there. And 9. Oh, I need to... take all of them out, put all of them in. So is it 8 for the railway? So that pause it does is very odd. So I could also send you lot. So you would be like 6 and 7 and 9. And then let's switch back to 8. Have you go around here. So, strange pause it does. This is kind of what I was hoping we'd have generally with when I was building, that I'd be able to basically do it with them from the map. No, I didn't mean you to come over. So 6, 7, 9. Particularly with waypointing, I was sort of hoping, you know, you could effectively set a whole load of almost circles for the spiders to do. Is it? Oh, no, it isn't filled out over here either, so we'll send you there. I mean, I could do that. It's just there's too many slight manual tweaks that I need to do. I mean, it doesn't really work properly. 6, 7, 9. Also, the ranges aren't very far on the roboports when you really... They feel a lot further, if that makes sense. You're not all out of belt, are you? You've hardly done any belt. That can't be right. No, you've got loads of belt. Why are you not? Unless I've not put roboports in them. They've got roboports. Must just be out of juice, I guess. And that's the other issue. Right, so let's send you. So they don't tend to have that much power on them. Weird pause, sudden explosion. Weird pause, sudden explosion. So it sort of feels a lot bigger when you're doing it, and obviously you can hold like that 300 bots worth. But basically, when you have roboports, it stacks in terms of like the size and distance of the coverage. So the more that you have in, the bigger it gets. I mean, it stacks for them as well, but they have much smaller inventories, which when you really think about it doesn't really make sense. How does a giant spider drop have a smaller grid size than you? I mean, you're some pathetic little human. This is this is like the size of a skyscraper when you really think about it. It's got to be not skyscraper, but you know, like that's got to be like a 5-story building, Spidertron. Even if you say like 3 stories. Yeah, it's a really big house. It's as big as a big house, a mansion or something. And yet it's only got the grid space for. Oh, that's a bit missed there. For less stuff than you. Let's go there then. So then, is that bit done? Yeah, it's easy just to just do them in sequential number and have them all go to the same place. So you want to do 6, 7, 8, 9. So I don't get the pause at all. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then me. All done there, yeah. So 6, 7, 8, 9. So I obviously didn't get everything there. Never mind. Huh. Why are you... I guess because there's no... That's annoying. So 6, 7, 8, 9. And what about me? Yeah, and the fact that, I mean, the Spidertrons have, you know... well, if you fill them up... I suppose that... Well, yeah. If you fill them up with stuff... they kind of don't have room for it, if you see what I mean. I've not explained that very well. So they don't have very much room for trash. If you've done logistics like I have, where these things are basically full. What did I miss there? So not really enough undergrounds is the bit missing from here. Then yeah, so these will all be full of wood now, which has hopefully gone into their logistics, you know, trash slots. But could easily fill them up basically. And then you've got random bots. What happened there? 5. Wait, okay. I do what I can. So it looks like undergrounds are well short. Might be worth editing somebody's... Oh, it's lost the battle. They, because when they stand on the belts, they get moved away. Is that it? Is everyone sort of empty? Or have we all just run out of power? Right, if we have, then we can kind of line everybody up here. So, and I can... Oops. Now, I thought, yeah. See, when they run out of power, that's, you know, so you've got... In fact, I'll grab that, actually. And you've got nothing there. You've got nothing there. You've got woods, that's fine. So, has that got anything that we can... So I've added these in here for when we're building... Yeah, the combinator. So when we're building the outposts, basically. I think I can send 8 and 9 back, can't I? Because you know we don't need any more rail. And 9 is all modules, which we probably still need some more of. I don't know, but yeah, we will for here. But we pretty much used them up. So what I need to check. So you've got a okay, so we can do a bit more. Yeah, okay. What have we got on here? So you've got wood, okay. Let's just get rid of that. So, let's hop in. Is it 8 and 9? No, it's 6 and 7. There we go, 6. So it's 5, 6, and 7. So it's 5, 6, and 7. So it's like difficult to tell if they've run out of juice or, you know, run out of stuff, basically. It's fun though. I like using the spiders to do stuff. It's fun, but they're not quite the, you know, all singing, all dancing solution that I was sort of hoping, to be honest with you. Has anyone got any belt left at all? No. Okay, so let's all head home. So we want 6 there, 7 there, 5 there. And I will also turn on. Oh, it's already on. Okay, it's fine. And I need to get rid of that, don't I? Bin that. I'll leave that in my inventory, but yeah, it's not really a useful blueprint. But it'll help me out if we do the oil. Because obviously need to hook that up differently because it's tanks and stuff. I can't just slap the blueprint, the blueprint on top because it's all connecting up and different logic going to it. Right. So I miss. Oh, so a thingy missing there. Turret. Oh. These have got random names, which is quite useful at this stage because we don't want them doubling up. We'll need more trains, won't we? Really? So. Because these I haven't converted to the bus. These have got their own separate stations, so they're not using the same system. But I do need to do that. So, but it meant renaming lots more stations, and I was already getting a bit confused. So you've got 3, you've got 2, and you've got 3. Oh, because one's going to red circuit. Okay. So I probably need something more like another one of these going to red and 2 going to blue, maybe something like that. So we're going to need 3, 6. Oh, what was it? Sorry, 3, 5, 8. So I'm going to need to do 8 trains. Okay. And they're 2, 4, 2, aren't they? So if it's 8, then it's 16. In fact, let's just do it to 20. Let's get them as well. I honestly don't know what to do about because I cannot figure out. So the vids on YouTube have been getting quite a lot of views. I mean, for me, it's you're talking. For me, a lot of views is 50 views. It's not a lot in the grand scheme of things, really. But yeah, as I say, it's sort of. I could send some of you over, couldn't I? Yeah, might as well. It's it's a good amount, and a few people have been subscribing, and there was Lenny Bruce last week who was stopped by the stream and sort of said hi and has been watching some of the YouTube VODs, and it's all great. But it's great, but is it difficult quite to know what to do because there's not too many people watch the live streams, so it's a very weird situation where I'm essentially recording these live streams for people on Twitch for people to then watch on YouTube in like 3 weeks' time. So why don't I just stream to YouTube? Well, I don't stream it to YouTube because nobody watched them when I streamed live on YouTube. And I can't quite get my head around what to do. I am thinking about doing, what I might do is maybe do like Dyson Sphere program on YouTube maybe, and so I've then got some streaming going on both platforms or something like that maybe. I don't know if that's a good idea or not really. So did I bring everybody over here? I don't think I did I? I'll bring them over now. So let's put everyone there. Oh, actually should be doing it from the map, shouldn't I? So we want everyone there, so that. Got anything missing? Something missing over there. Like that. What else? Something missing over here. Like that. Some bits missing here. Oh, and there. Got them. And then there was something missing over here, wasn't there? I think it was for me to do. And then we want... Oh, and there's loads of undergrounds missing over here. Somewhere. At the top, maybe? Okay. So, I need to nip out. I'll do my pointless turret thing. Look, it's my pointless turret thing, and I'll do it if I want to. Then say 50 in there. It's actually the Next Fest, they've called it. It's basically a load of demos being made available on Steam. So I was thinking about doing some of my Let's Try series, reviving that a bit. I tried before, but then I remembered I hate editing, so I just deleted the videos. Right, so it's all set up and ready to go. I think it doesn't have train station names, so we've got no trains coming in. I do need to just fiddle with this bit here, don't I? Where we're connecting this in. Let's just copy and paste it. And fiddle with you as well. And paste that in. Cool. Okay, so need to put all the trains on. Yeah, so let's just do that. So we want, was it 3 here, I think? Like that. So there. Oops. And I have to contend with this here again. That goes very weird. No, why have you put that way around? They're trying to be too clever, I think, with some of this stuff. And it's trying to sort of interpret. Oh, well, they must want the train, you know, that way around. It's like, no, just do exactly what I'm telling you to do, not what you think I want you to do. Right, so that's 3 green. Oh, we've missed some bits, have we? 3 green trains, is it? I do need to take out these signals without getting run over. Oops. And that. Oh, actually, I'll go and do them. There should be some here as well. Oops. No. Whew, that was close, that train. Right. Oh, get out of the way. Right, so it was... Is this copper? Let's have a look. It's copper here. So it needs to be copper here as well then. Which is... Now 3 trains. Don't think I've got enough, have I? My maths was wrong. Now there's a surprise. Yeah. Maths was well wrong. See? Why has it turned that round? Because it thinks I want double-headed trains. Which I do, but not quite yet. So I need 1, 2, 3 more, don't I? So I need 4, 8, 12 more. Oh, let's just put it on 20 again and head back. That was fine. Okay, turn that off. What I will do, because I can just connect up this to here and it'll start refueling bringing the fuel over from the other stop. So I need one there, and one there, and we need power poles there, there, oh, I don't know, there, and there. So it should now all be connected. What does this have in it? It's just got logistics bots. Okay. Oh, don't do that. Oh, I bet it's going to collect the wood out of the spidertrons as well. Do I need the spidertrons to do it? I don't think I do I? So if we send them all back. 7, 8, 9. And then... what else? I need to head back and get the... oh, hello Skyline to Mars. Base definitely seems on the way to Mega. Yes, I mean, I'm making progress. I sort of... happy with the outpost design now. So I need to sort of grind out, you know, putting a bunch of those in. And I've got some designs that I want to use for some of the science builds. But yeah, it's sort of a case of, and I've actually got, I don't know why I came up here to do this, but I've got enough prod modules, I think. 16,000, I think that's enough. But nowhere near enough speed modules. I need, I think, 100,000. So we need to do this build, you know, on here to use everything up. But I say we're not too far off. But yeah, it's sort of a case of grinding it all out, really. How much of that I do on stream and between stream, I don't know. I know certainly, you know, exploring for resources, I'm definitely going to do off stream because it's kind of boring. How are we doing? Have I got my trains yet? Oh, I haven't because I haven't turned the logistics system on. Right, did you... where is that? Where is the chest? Oh, there you go. So you put all that in there, have you? Okay. Yeah, so I need 3 more trains. But I don't think I need... oh! Well, that's mining prod 20 done. I could start doing the ranges again. Now that I've got that outpost system all set up. Yeah, let's do one of them. Yeah. What am I checking? I'm checking to see the bots are yeah, there we go. Bringing the fuel over. Excellent. Okay. Have they brought me the trains? No, they haven't brought me the trains. Yeah, I mean, basically a few odd jobs that I need to do, basically. And then it's a case of, say, grinding out the loads of well, not loads, several outposts. So that I've got everything I can need to actually make all of the science. Where was the... it was quite a good spot. So this is quite a good spot with lots of iron patches. Obviously, ideally I need to find some really big ones. Because these are actually fairly small, really. But there's lots of them. Yeah. How are we doing now? Have we got the trains? Have we got the trains? We've got the trains, but we've not got any express belts. Undergrounds. It's because the whole system's starving for green circuits. Because they're all going to blue circuits. Right, so let's head back over. Ooh, that's quite a big attack. Never mind. Okay, so I need to turn that off. I want one more here. I'm just trying to mirror it up, really. It's sort of... Oops. It's, you know, it's... I'm sure they used to let you turn trains around. And then we want 2 on this. But yeah, I'm just mirroring it up because I know the other one works, basically. So we'll just copy and paste it, essentially. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. And then we just want 1 here. Are they? That's a bit weird looking. I hope they're connected. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no. That way around. That way around. Okay. So I'll drop that back to 0. Cool. So this is the iron plate. So let's just put that safety measure in. I'll just do it like this. Cool. And you need some fuel, don't you, my friend? One in there. One in there. In fact, I'll just drop it in. Right, so that's the iron plate one. So I should just be able to... I say I need to set some logic up on this, but we could probably just copy and paste for now. And obviously I need this station like that to be like that, but then I need to change it to 2. There we go. And you need... Oops. So we want the same logic. Iron unload, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. So it's that one, and it's empty. Cool. Copy that. Oops. Copy that to there. So is this train rocking? So that... Yeah, I mean, I say these names. I didn't fiddle about with the stations on that, but I can genericize them a bit now. Now that I've got the logic on the go, so I think I can just turn this on. Fingers crossed. And turn you on. No, it wasn't connected. Okay. So pop that there. Might have to give it... Oh. Doing a bit of a jig. Oh, I turned the station names off, didn't I? I hope that train is properly bringing stuff in and I've not done something dumb. Let's check on it. Oops. Oh yeah, I only set that to 3, didn't I? Because I was anticipating using that train for loads of stuff. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Nah, it's fine, because they nuclear fuel, you know, last stages, so we'll have a sort of temporary shortage, and then it'll be fine, basically. So if we grab... Oh, you've got some in as well, haven't you? Yeah, you've got some. Let's do that. So, one in there. And one in there. Like that. And you are... Wait, I've set that to iron. That was dumb, wasn't it? Because it's not iron plate, it's loading. Nuts. Come back, please. Come back, please. I've set a filter on it to iron plate, but it should be raw iron ore. Where are you? And you need to come back because you'll be empty. I like to use them as safety things, but if you do make an error like that, it's very difficult to spot. Right. So I'm going to have to quickly switch you to manual. There you go. So basically, yeah, because this needs to be raw iron ore, basically, rather than iron plate, because it's not loading iron plate at that station that it's going to. It's loading iron ore. It's loading iron ore. There we go. That's better. And this one. Copper ore. And I never know why they didn't let you, drag. I mean, you can drag this thing, so there's obviously the functionality for it. But why can't you, drag it across? Obviously, you can do the copy and paste, but you've got to set it all first. Right, so, same basic idea then. So, copy the logic on that to that. Copy the station. Excuse me. To that. And then we want to edit that to 2. And then we want to change this so that it's loading up at, unloading at green circuit 2 rather than 1. Yeah, so I need to sort out that stuff. But copy that over. And we've got a bit of fuel. So let's do you individually. So you head off. You head off. Or head in. And you too. I was doing a trial run. Or was it on? I don't know if it was on stream, but I turned them all at the same time, and because I just slapped them on and they weren't quite, matched up with the signals, all of the trains crashed into each other and just sort of obliterated each other. Right, now this is slightly more complicated in that it needs to be the green circuits, but well, it's not more complicated. I need to send it to blue circuits, but obviously I haven't actually built the blue circuits yet. What we could set one going, or is that too dangerous? Oh, I don't need it going because we want some to go to the red because we're going to start actually. This production is too much for the bus, and that is because it's going to go to the blue circuits. Oh, that's a point. I need to put an extra train there, don't I? Okay. So I could set one going, but because, say, these aren't lined up properly, it'll probably end up deciding to crash into, or it just sit there forever, basically. So I won't set it going, but we can put the logic on it, can't we? Now, which of these... Oh, well, actually, I need to... Come here. Okay. copy the station over first. Tree's in the way. Let's go and get rid of the tree. So it's actually 2. There we go. And I can copy the... I say, if we can find the one that's going to red circuits. Oh, there it... yeah, it's that one. So it's at the station. Okay. Which is... red circuit, green circuit, unload. There we go. So it's you. So you're going from... I say, you don't want to go to green circuit 1 to load up. You want to go to green circuit 2 to load up. And you want the same conditions though, so full cargo and 2 minutes. Keep the flow going. Turn that off. Right, so I've got 2 trains ready to go to blue circuits, but obviously no, that's not built yet, so we can put a little bit of fuel so that you are ready. Oh, I've not got another one. There. Right. Oh, and green circuits are flowing in now. Excellent. Let's just check it's all running. I should have taken these trees up, but there you go. Let's just see that it's all running. So we've got some copper flowing. So hopefully the tree trains will overtake the, the consumption basically. Because this is a hunger. I mean, the iron will be fine because we use less of that obviously. But so we need the trains to be bringing stuff in and basically, yeah, here we go. So we're getting a nice backup going, which will ensure that this is continuous. And then these are running. Why does that belt look full and that one doesn't? I guess that's because that's the leftovers. That's the one doing the leftovers. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so there's only a dribble coming through there. Excellent. So our second green circuit build. Oh, I should put some radars down. Let's do that. Just so I can keep an eye on things. Keep a beady little eye. Oh, we only need one. We'll just pop one up in the corner here. Pop one here. There we go. So that's nice and covered. Right. So that's the extra green circuit build done. So I can take that off. We just need to nip up, basically, to the red circuits and add an extra train on. Is this red circuit load? Yeah. Now, we'll give this a go. I say, like, oh, see, why does it do that? See, it was the other way around. Why have we put it on there? Okay, let's try doing it at the other end. Like that. Let's flip it around again. Okay. I mean, it works on straight bits, so this is a long... No, it's not a longer straight bit, is it? I could just put it at the station, I guess, but then I'll have to drive it round. Okay, so we'll do that. Because there's no blue station for it to go to, basically. That's what I'm essentially trying to... Oops. But it means we're ready to go. Okay. Right, so I say, I'm going to have to get this to park up here, basically. Which I can do with a weird... Where are you actually turning around? That's interesting. Oh my lord. Huh. Oh no, you're going way out there. Okay, let's not bother with that. Okay. Let us do a temporary and very naughty connection like that. So they're on the right side of the track, as it were. Oh, need to go a bit further up. This is a recipe for getting run over, to be honest with you. But I'm not driving all the way out to an outpost just to turn round. So we want to go here now. There we go, that's better. This is both why I use double-headed and also one of the pains in the bum of it. Right, so what I want to do, flip you to manual. All I want is for it to be sat waiting at the station, basically. Yeah. Right. So we've got two green trains sort of ready to go. One red train ready to go. So let's make some blue circuits. I just realised I haven't mathed this out. Oh well. Okay. So the question first is how we're going to connect up the trains, basically. We've got quite a lot of connections on this. I don't like T-junctions, basically. I have, hopefully I've signalled it up properly, but I just don't like using them. So we really need a connection somewhere else. I'm thinking here. Would that work? Because we basically we need to drop off green circuits, drop off red circuits, and I will use this, you know, crude oil and iron ore patch to make sulfuric acid, basically. So I'm not going to move sulfuric acid about. So basically, I need to convert all of the oil, and convert that into iron plates, convert all of that into into sulfuric acid. So we've got, although that technically is limited, I've now done 200 things. So this is actually 3 times as big, so it's 30 million iron ore, and all I'm doing with it is converting it all to sulfuric acid, which one iron plate makes 50 sulfuric acid, so that's a ridiculous number, isn't it? It's like 150 million units of sulfuric acid, and each one of those only uses 5. So one iron plate is like 5 processing units, basically. So it should last almost forever, essentially. But what I therefore need to do is I need a bit of room to do the actual oil build, which will be here somewhere, I guess. And then I need somewhere to drop off red and green circuits. So maybe if we do that there, and then we build the actual blue circuit build there, and we pick up there, maybe? Not mass. I mean, it'd be better, really, I think, to drop off green and red circuits here, I think. Because then it's well away from any other junctions. Yeah, let's drop them off there. Yeah, okay. So what we need to do Because we basically need to copy. Well, I could probably just copy these. I might blueprint them actually, like we did before. So basically just grab these. Let's just call it a blueprint. Very much temporary. Yeah, they fit there. That's perfect. Might have to do some land filling, but that'll be fine. So if I put these there, I can't see. Let's bring everybody down here then. Have you got? No, you haven't got a straight path, have you? So 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. So I'm going to need to rename these anyway, but that's all fine. I guess the other question is, do I have another one of them, basically? I might as well. Okay, so where is everybody? There we go. So I don't get that little pause it does at all. No, you're not going to do anything this time. Oh, it's because you weren't up here. Cool. Should have a random name. Yep. Okay, so that suits us down to the ground. Something missing here. What are you moaning about? Oh, one underground. Okay. I can hear a lot of shouting outside, and I don't know why. Could be there's the Euros, which is like a football or soccer, however you want to call it, competition. Wouldn't be surprised if someone's like watching it in their garden or whatever. It's like a European version of the World Cup, basically. But I have basically no interest in it. So we want a load station as well, don't we? So we could just copy and paste that. Why don't I just do that? I could obviously use my existing blueprints, but what the hell? These are basically set up and ready to go. So if we say that that's going to be there, would that make sense? Would that make sense to put that close? Yeah, that'll be okay, I think. Oh, I forgot about that belt. Cool. I don't really need that. Or I don't know if I need that. Right, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, dear. Except I've missed one. I'm not sure if that's me misclicking or it's not quite registering it. It's probably me misclicking. So let's go up here. Right. Oh, except that has copied the name. Why has that copied the name? I guess because it was copy and paste, wasn't it? So this is blue circuit. Load. And I guess if I just copy the what? Copy. So it would actually be. So it's going to be blue circuit. Green circuit. Unload. And then this one's going to be blue circuit. Red circuit. Unload. Okay. Okay. So I could put a roboport in there. Where do I want the train dropping the fuel off? I guess here. Have I got a proper blueprint for that? What was that? I think that's it there, isn't it? Right, let's wander over here. So we put because what I did with this, I think, was it was a T-junction. Yeah, that I then just... Yeah, okay. So it's a T-junction. Where's the T-junction? Other way. Put that a bit further up, actually. Let's put it there. Get rid of that. No. We want to bring number 8 over. And then... Where's the... There it is. So. Oops. So I just want to attach it on here. From memory. Oh, Ghost Rail. Why do you do this to me? No. Huh. No. Please, Ghost Rail, just do what I want you to. So that's not actually connected, is it? Right, brilliant. There's something to be said for... Oh, that's not the right position either. For the old system of having the curved rail. Oh, and that didn't even... Right. No. Miss. list. There we go. There we go. Finally. It's just that, I guess. I don't need to unload these. Does it have the station name on it? It might have, but there's no station. You've got stations. No, it doesn't. So the blueprint's not even got the station name in it, I don't know. I don't need to call it 1 either, do I, really? Wait, doesn't that have a logic system on it? Oh yes, connected to the... Yeah. Okay. It's 1 from when I was going to have a thing going. So in theory that should eventually bring some trains over. Bring some trains over. Bring that train over like that. And then I do need to connect up something here. Let's do that. So there is a lot of shouting. I hope that's not coming through on the audio. But there you go. Right. So got logistics network. It's moaning about something. It's not got any stack filter, any inserters. Okay. Let's do that. Somebody's bound to have some. Do I have every blueprint I've ever made in that book? No, I don't. No. I've deleted a few as we've gone on. Particularly the sort of early game stuff. So I don't have the original. I don't know if you were following me then, Skyline to Mars, but basically I had some blueprints for when I do, because when I do early game smelting, I do like a different sort of a design. Basically, it's kind of designed for expandability, upgradability, but then I never actually do the proper upgrade. But basically, I do the. I can't really show it because I haven't got any. I guess I could. So if I just temporarily. Oh, I mean, you may have been watching the VODs. I don't know, but where the heck is? There it is. Stone furnaces. So I do a thing where I basically put them apart like that. And then, I mean, this is, imagine that's a wooden power pole, but then I put wooden power poles like that. And the basic thing is that then gives them, is that right? Or is it one more? It's one more, I think, isn't it? But basically then, because obviously the steel furnace is one bigger. And yeah, no, that's right, there you go. So you imagine, so then I would be able to just drop in replacements. And I basically take the belt, so this would be the input, and that's the output, which I've kind of done the same. In fact, actually, no, I'm looking at the blueprints. Where is it? Where? No. Oh, there we go. So that, if I'm sure you can imagine, but you can basically imagine that dropped on top, basically. So that, that set of furnaces. Oh, I mean, obviously it'd be one for the, we need inserters sort of thing. But, and that's sort of how I set up the early game smelting. I had blueprints for that, and I've got rid of them. To scroll through a few thousand of them, I don't know how you find the ones you need. Basically, I don't. I just know that they're there, and I just keep scrolling until I find them. There's no, I've no system for it. And you can do nested blueprint books and stuff, can't you? But I don't know. I'm not. Well, I mean, I've kind of learnt through this series that I need to be do more blueprinting. Because my way of doing it is too manual, and that's why it's kind of taking not too long, but it's taking a lot longer than it probably should. Have I got any? No, I haven't. But yeah, so I tend to prune out blueprints and, you know, I say I've got ways of doing things, but then I don't know. It's probably be better if I actually copied the actual blueprints, across basically. But that's just me, just stubborn, I guess. Right, let's do my pointless turrets. I say if we can invest in pointlessness, then let's be pointless about it. Right. People are actually saying, I mean, I think someone was saying towards the end about, making the blueprints available and stuff, but I don't know. I'm not sufficiently sort of proud of them to do that. Right, so have you been bringing? Oh, so you have got fuel, right? Okay, so we should have some fuel, so we should be able to put. One of the spiders has some logistic spots in. I don't know which one it is. Is it you? No. What about you? No. Any? No. No. I know you don't. What about you? Yeah, there we go. There's logistic spots, so we stick them in. Like that, and I'll sort of fill that up. So green circuit unload, red circuit unload, blue circuit load. So we should be able to hook these trains up now. Make sure I'm not stood on the railway track. Let's get all the spiders out of the way as well. Right. So this train here. Oh, did I not copy the? Okay. So we want it to go to red circuit load and fill up. Or wait for 2 minutes. Whoops. And then we want it to go to blue circuit. Blue circuit. Red circuit unload. And be empty. So if we turn you on, you should do that. And then we want this train to go from green circuit load, where you will be either full or wait for autosave. 2 minutes, and then we want you to come to blue circuit, green circuit unload, and be empty. So we should be able to copy that across. Green circuit to load, blue circuit unload. 2 minutes. Is that? Oh, that's on manual, isn't it? Why was that on manual? Just forgotten. Right, put you on automatic. Put you on automatic. They didn't crash into each other, so that's good. I'm also too manual in my building and need to do more blueprints. Yeah, I think I'm, it's kind of, how to put it? I mean, the designing and building, it's what I enjoy the most about the game. But it's just the realization that that's why I've never gone big, because I do it all manually every time. So even though the early game stuff, I know what I'm doing, hubristically. I know what I'm doing, and I can get it done pretty quickly usually. But if I had blueprints, I'd be even quicker, and then I'd blast through the early game. And say things like smelting and stuff. Just a standard way of doing it. And then I'd get to this bit and have some blueprints hopefully as well then, and it would all be a lot quicker and smoother. is what I'm sort of realising. But say, you know, I like my defence designs, and I do them bespoke every time. As I say, it turned out this one wasn't quite as heavily defended enough, but I love doing this stuff, and kind of the idea of not doing it is a bit unappealing, to be honest with you. Even though it takes hours and hours and hours to put them all down, you know. Oh. Right, so oh, right, there we go. We've got trains with stuff. Trains with stuff. Cool, excellent. I'm actually going to take a little break. I need a comfort break. Hopefully, I just want to check. So there's nothing in there. Yeah, so that's open. Are you blasting about, little train? Yeah. There is so much nuclear fuel in this system. After that, you know, the whole thing with the rail at the walls. Yes, so I'm going to take a little comfort break. And then we'll come back and we'll put in the oil. But I'm not massively fussed about, you know, ratioing it out. We'll just do it until we've got a whole load of acid, because we don't need that much acid. And then I'll start building blue circuits, which, as I say, I've not come up with a design for that, so that would be a bit more learning for me. Right, yes, I say. I'll go and stand by the trains. No, let's go and stand by red circuits or something. Over here. Yeah, so I will come back after a quick comfort break. Oh, sorry, the game's more about having fun than anything, right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's, you know, do what you want sort of thing. It's just, I don't know, there is that sort of thing, isn't there, where people are like, you know, they kind of see making a megabase as the end game of the game. Yeah, exactly. I mean, so little acid. I mean, I could train it in, but I say, might as well just use what's there, because I'm not going to use it for anything else, so might as well use it. But yeah, so people kind of, I think they tend to see that, you know, a big base as like the end game. So, as I say, I've never really done it. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to take a quick 5-minute comfort break, and I will be back in a second. Batteries or eat up acid, yeah. I say they're on a completely different system, you know, when I eventually use them, you know, when I need them. For robot frames, etc., we'll have our entirely separate dedicated build for that. Yeah, see you in a couple of seconds. Right, that's better. Right. Okay. Right. Have you got... I mean, these trains are getting so heavily fueled. It's a bit silly, really. Right, yes. Okay. Who's got... Who's got... Where's the... That's the radar. So we're at the wrong end. Wrong end. Here we go. Okay. Who's got chemical plants? Must be number 6 or 7, I think. Completely misclicked on that. There we go. Okay. Right. Yes, so we need to obviously process all of this first. Ah, that's finished. So they're all the same cost now, aren't they? They're quite a bit more expensive than more mining prod. So should we do a few more of them? I want to keep the pressure on it basically, because I don't want to go over to the thing and sort of get a false impression that, you know, I don't want it to stack up a load of material on the belt and for me to then think that this is fine, if you see what I mean, without it actually being fine. So I do want to keep it researching. Plus, of course, this helps us out, you know, anyway, sort of thing. It's what we need to be doing. But I say it's what I actually do now, because these are 64, are they? Okay. So one more after that. Okay. Right. Where did that go? So it's snip. There we go. I'm thinking basically, process the iron plate here. You know, I'll just set it up to do some basically, but I'll mine all of this out. I think, just so that I never have to kind of come back. Oh, I had a look at what the noise was. The shouting. I suspect it is the neighbours having some sort of party / gathering. I don't think it's football related though. I think it's just general, you know, lockdown has eased type stuff. Those belts are going the right way. Yeah. And I need to grab just this bit as well. Actually, we could do it the other way around. So what is that? Theoretically, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 5 like this. So if we flip this around like this, and that gives us 4 lanes there. Turn this round like that. Okay. Oh, hang on. Oh, that was the old... They've not got... Unless I've not... No, I've got alt. I put a turn alt back on. Nuts. So that was the blueprint without the speed beacon. Oh, I don't really need them. Yeah, I mean... You know, it's so little actual sulfuric acid that... That'll be fine. Right. Oh, here we go. So this is the revenge, basically, for the extended range. More stuff being blown up. Because basically, it's, you know, the artillery's pushed out. Oh, this should be interesting. This one here. Ah. Why are you not doing anything? Oh, there we go. Took them a bit of time to work it out, I guess. I just want to keep an eye on this just to check, make sure. Because it should be okay now, this defense, because it's got kind of everything on it now. Where's the attack? Oh, here we go. This looks like some going in, doesn't it? Here we go. What about up there? I don't suppose that one's even turned on yet, is it? No. Okay. Here we come. They should have no trouble taking care of this lot. Yeah, easy. Because there's an error basically in what I set up. Not an error as such, but the thing here. That's why I've got this here, but I can't put it in because of how I've done it. Basically, the train should have substations in as well, and I forgot to put them in when I was designing the walls. So basically, in fact, I'm surprised it's not. Unless did I go around and manually? No, here you go. Look. So yeah, this has been taken. This substation's been taken out, but there's no substations for them to replace. Oh, someone's getting trashed. There we go. I mean, they got, you know, lasers and all that sort of stuff, but it means there's a kind of flaw in the design, basically. That if they do take out a substation, it takes off all. I mean, that's why I've got the. That's why I added in the flamers and all that sort of stuff. That's all fine, I think. But I say it's the permanent wall. Well, it's this bit here. Basically, this is too exposed, and they take out the substations. So I'm occasionally having to nip up and manually place that back in. Right. Okay. So I'm happy with that. Yeah. I think. Oh no, there you go. Oh. Have they taken out... Oh, it's this here. There's no... Yeah, okay. It's never ending, is it? I bet they've taken out that train, basically. I can't see it yet. And there's no power. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's head over there. What are you blowing up? Okay. Oh, dear. I'll hold off on the artillery expansions, I think. Oh, I should have gotten the Spider-Tron. They'll be chewing on the outpost next, and that'll be much more expensive. Right, where do we need to go? I need to go up to my personal train, which is where? Over here. Yeah, what are you? See, why are they chewing on railway track? Right, if I put... Oh, no, do that in a minute, actually. Oh, crikey. They're really going to town somewhere, aren't they? Where's that? Is that over there still? Yeah. So they've basically eaten an artillery train, I think. I'm not entirely sure how I could solve that, to be honest with you. Right, so we want to go up here. We could maybe bring the spiders over. A bit nervous about that because they'll just blow everything up, basically. Let's break them over there. No. But at least if we start to move them over... I mean, this outpost, it's not doing anything, you know, so although this is sort of expensive in terms of material, particularly in terms of the, you know, artillery and stuff like that. So I mean, I'd be interested to know what actually happened here. I'm imagining the artillery train crashed into them and wasn't able to just plough through. How tough are behemoth biters? I mean, that train has 5 artillery trains on it, and 5 locomotives, and it was what, stopped by some biters. Right, so I need to swap my gear out and put in. Whoops. for this sort of stuff. I need to put you on manual. Let's see what's going on up here. Oh my lord. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's see how far we can sneak up. Wow. Okay. I don't imagine there's any artillery I can hit them with to thin them out a bit. So what we need to do instead is get the old... I'll reverse this train way up, I think. Get my spiders over here. That was a lot of biters. Will you come in? Oh dear. Because we can kind of kite them. I mean, I don't actually mind. If we blow up the railway track, I don't mind. I assume they've stopped eating on this, have they? Or because why is it not telling me that stuff's getting destroyed? Unless they've literally destroyed everything. Or maybe it's just because they're all sat here. And anything that got a bit closer has been taken out by the, you know, the oil. Not sure with that. Right, so let's get everyone. No, you're not far enough up. So 2. Where's number 3? Should be okay. And number 4. So I don't mind if they blow up the railway track. It's kind of not that I got any replacement, but that's fine. So yeah, I guess it's just the sheer weight of what was here wasn't enough for the artillery train to get through. I'm not entirely sure why it set off, to be honest with you, because unless it's cleared everything out. Right. Oh, not you. Come on, number 4. Okay, so. Actually, has everyone got... I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. Right. So let's sort of sneak up. So it should sort of trigger a massive... Look at them all. Right. Right. That's interesting that it's only attracted them from that range. Active on them. I bet that's killed all of them. Yeah, destroyed all of the... Because they've still got roboports active from when I was using them before. So, let's try and sort that out. No, there's none left. Oh dear, this is not going well. Shield. Shield. I was trying to be all organised today. Come up with a plan of what I was going to do. And then I decided to do the artillery range. Yeah, so I guess what's happened is they've basically got hit by the... Yeah, okay. Why are you coming over? Don't come over. Oh, you're bringing me construction ones, okay. Yeah, they've got... It's hit... The train has hit the biters that were on the track. And that's caused them to just go into attack mode, I guess. Okay. Right. I bet number 5 stuck over there. Right, so we need to bring number 8 over, because that's got all the rail stuff on it. Oh, it's going to take ages for that to come over here. I'll see how much I can hand make. 3 bits, marvellous. And I can do that at least. Well, the bass turned up a little bit too much. It's absolutely thunderous. Do you mean... Oh, right. Do you mean on the... I'm not sure what you mean there. You mean on the stream, or... I mean, is it my voice, or is it the game, or... Game sounds. Game sounds, okay. I mean, I didn't know you could you set the bass independently? I can... Oh, the game sound. How would that... Simulate a window. I'm not sure. I mean, what I can... No, I can't. Can I? If I edit... Oh, that... the rockets. Okay. Order... Text... 2 on that front. Is maybe... I'm not sure what the... Would it be under game effects? I could turn that down. I mean, I'm not going to be shooting any rockets anymore. I'm not sure why that would be so bassy. I'm trying to get that to 60, but it's not working. There we go. Turn that down a little bit. I'll turn the master down as well. Make that generally quieter. I'm not entirely sure how I edit the sound, because it's the Twitch studio thing, and it just sort of automatically does it. Have we got a balance? So maybe we'll take... So maybe if I take that down a little bit as well there. So turn that down by 10 dB. That should be the game audio. There's no independent setting for the bass, basically. I'll see if that's a... I mean, you know, let me know if that's still too loud. Where's this Spidertron coming? Okay. Right, so... have you lot... What can we repair? So, I mean, I haven't actually edited. I mean, I haven't done anything with the sound, but they do like update the Twitch studio thingy quite often. So it could be something that's changed or some other option, but I haven't really fiddled about with any sound settings, other than when I was like doing the exploration. I turned the volume, like the whole volume down. It wasn't the, you know, it wasn't just the, you know, just sound effects or anything like that. It was just literally I turned it down from whatever it was, 90 to like 50% basically. But yeah, I can't think what might have caused that to go louder. Has nobody got anything? So is this connected up again? Have we got power here now? No. So we're down an artillery train, aren't we? There is that. Okay, so is it moaning about anything else? It's lacking... What? What are you saying? What are any missing construction robots? There you go. Here you go, you see. Hey? What's it lacking? 80 entities are missing repair packs. Have I not left any... Huh? Oh, there's no construction robots over here. Why are there no construction robots? Okay. Because this is set to just what it is on the walls, basically, which is like to load up 50 construction bots. Oh, I'll sort that one out after the stream. I don't know what's happened there. Oh, is it? Unless it's talking about here. Oh, it means here. So the one that's missing is this one on this wall, isn't it? No, it's not the one on the wall. Oh, I don't know. I'll work all that out later. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to go around and repair this. But hopefully a train is now coming. Okay. Let's send all the other robopods back. So slightly puzzled that this train hasn't turned up over here. I guess we just didn't use up any ammo. That's strange. Stranger and stranger. Right, so let's get all this repaired. I don't think I'll be doing any artillery ranges for a while. Are we done? So it's taking a while for it to update on the signals on that. Right, okay. Right, let's everybody go home, I think. After our impromptu excursion to outpost. I thought I was finished with outposts. I thought that design would be fine. I mean, I suppose it is still, in a sense. It's just the whole issue that trains apparently can't make their way through a million biters, which, you know. I mean, what I could do is ensure that the wall is closer. That would kind of solve the problem. We need you to go back as well, don't we? Pop you there for the time being. I need to get in my train again. Where is my... Is there a gap in the rail now? There is. Nuts. Why didn't you repair that? Been slacking. No. I'll investigate. It's too quiet for me now, the game. And my headphones are already at maximum, so I guess it's just how I've set up the balance, but I don't know why that would be different, as it were. Maybe it's just because... I mean, maybe if I just set it back to default, maybe. But so I'm not sure about that. Are we all done there now? I think we are. Okay. So we can send you back. Let's put you there. And then let's get my train. Turn that off. And, oh, in fact, I'll just turn it back to automatic. And it should take me home. I say, if I, rather than put this all the way down here, if this was closer, you know, if the actual T-junction was here maybe, but the trouble with that is I don't think it would actually fit, will it? So in other words, if this was the now, it's not going to be close enough. Because if that's there, then I would need extra... I mean, I could do a special T-junction. Because I don't want to have those like because I can't put gates, you know, I can't put the the gates across the diagonal bits of track. But I could, as I do another version of the T junction, because I mean how many trains are actually going to be coming out here? It's hardly going to be Grand Central Station. So say we can have one there and do a special T junction that, you know, is close, is like there basically. So it's right next to the walls. So when the trains are pulling in and out, they're better protected. Because I'm guessing, I mean, there's the whole momentum thing, isn't there, with the trains, that if they're driving, you know, at speed, then they have a massive amount of momentum, and it's more, you know, more damaging, I believe. I mean, I think that's right. And I'm guessing because that just pulled out, it didn't have much speed to it. It's also a timing issue, I guess, in that, excuse me, you know, the distance the biters are travelling means that they were at that particular point at that particular time. Have all the spiders got back? Pretty much. Now, where were we? I could have used that time to restock these guys. Oh well. One thing at a time. Right. Back to the plan. Take all of this rubbish out. That. Okay. Oh, do that as well. Sorry, got that. Now, what have you lads actually got on you? Because I might ensure you haven't got roboboards in case something goes wrong again. Cool. What about you? Yeah, you're all full. Okay, let's let the bots do their work. Okay, so what I was actually about to do was put a good old-fashioned balancer on. Crikey. Seems like hours ago. That was a bit of a disaster, that. Right, so we want that probably about there. So where is number 5? 7. Am I on board 8? No, I'm not actually on board 8. So that's fine. 9 there. Okay. Okay. All done? All done. Okay, let's get in then. I mean, it didn't have any problem at the other. In fact, although I say that, but that's probably because... Well, no, they did attack, so they must be... Although I've run out of construction bots, haven't I? So there's obviously some issue there. Is that far enough back? Is that... What's that distance there? I'm just wondering, a train may not have got here, so we may get the same issue, but we had a big attack, or a big-ish attack. Except we didn't, did we? Basically just a bit worried that exactly the same thing's going to happen. So what I could do to preempt it, basically, is send the spiders somewhere close to that other outpost. So if we send them up, you know, here somewhere, or no, because I don't want them too close to that. So if we send them like that, then if we need to emergency respond, they're at least in the vicinity this time. But I need to think how I'm going to handle that. As I say, a special track thing might be the way to go. Another way might, and another simpler way to go might be just not to do any more artillery range. Because all I need is to keep it clear now. I mean, if I'm using spiders to explore, do I need to do any more range? It is kind of fun, though. Okay. Right, where are we? Are we there yet? No. Oh, I didn't set... Oh, nuts. Thought I'd set this on auto-pathing over, but no. Right. So I need to clear these trees out from the oil patches, for example. And then set this up. It's actually quite a big patch, this. Okay. Now who's got... Somebody's got them. It's not you. It's you. There we go. So that's them put in. So connect this up. Like so. Yeah, that's super quiet for me now. Maths is wrong. Okay. Who needs maths, eh? Who needs maths? Right. There. That. Radar. Oh, of course, that needs to be adjusted there. And then we need that line there. To that, okay. And then so I'll just do some. Basically, I think is my not very elegant plan. Have I not got any beacons? Beacons, there we go. Yeah, so don't need a lot. It is slightly weird playing with it so quiet. Right, and then we want a... Oh, I definitely haven't got any smelters, I know that. It must be on here somewhere, though. There we go. So it's a smelter. I guess it's number 6 or number 7's got them. Yeah. Right, oh, that down. Okay. That. And I guess I'll just we take it in. Like so. That, and then hang on. Let's do it on that. Cool. I guess just double. Oh, well, if we put 4 of these down. 2, 3. It's probably going to be a bit bit far up, isn't it? So 4. So it's way overkill in terms of iron plate that we need, but whatever. Whatever. That. Oops. Oh. An arboreal incursion. Okay. Oh, wrong thing. Connect that across there. Stick a radar. Do I need a radar? No. So you're all doing iron plate. Like so. Get rid of these trees as well. We need to hook all this up, don't we? Oops. Okay, so one coming out of there. And just hook this one up here, I guess. That's another one. Oh, there's another. Oh, I'll direct there. That. What's not hooked up? You're not hooked up. So I get you there, and actually does that? No, that's annoying. Okay. I kind of hate setting up oil fields, if I'm honest. Having said earlier on that I do too much manual, this is too much manual for me. I'm sure there must be some automated ways of doing it, but it never seems to be particularly easy to me. I mean, yeah, as I said, it's massive overkill for what I actually need to do here. Why did I put that around there? Just take that over there, I guess. No. Yeah, I'll do. So pipe there. You're coming out of there, which is a bit of a weird arrangement, but it's what I've done. Oh, that's atrocious. In fact, yeah. No. So no one there. Is this all connected together? Just line all of them up. Do. Okay. Am I going to stick? I might as well stick it in a tank so I can at least see what's going on. And then stick some speeds in. So I'm almost trying to set this up that I never have to come back. That's kind of my goal. Whether I'm really going to achieve it or not, I'm not sure. So let's see how many of these we can get with that. There. One there. That. Yeah. Just connect these up. Is everyone nodding? Is everyone nodding? Everyone is nodding. Oh, hello, Jamot. That's the best way to outpost. Place it till it's empty, then remove it. Yeah, say Oh, this isn't an outpost. This is actually, sorry, this is an inpost. This is the blue science build. The outposts are over here. Well, what's left of them just got trashed by the biters. You're still. Why are you still nodding? Are you accidentally connected to the wrong thing? No, you're just filling up your reserve. Okay. So I think everyone's all connected up on that. And I say, because we're only making sulfuric acid here, it's like, you know, hopefully not a problem in a sense. Why have I got iron plate? I've got iron plate. Not iron ore. There we go. I'm just thinking how I want to arrange this basically. So I mean, I could just use. Why don't I just use basic oil processing? Yeah, it saves me a lot of messing about, you know, with water and cracking it and all that sort of stuff. So I think I'll just use basic. It's not very efficient, but then I don't need efficiency. Yeah, let's do that. So if I put a pipe, do I need a pump? Oh, let's just put one in. Somebody's bound to have pumps. There we go. I've got pumps. There we go. Put that there. Like that. So. It's actually I say I'm hoping it's not coming through. I hope there's the filter's doing its job, but it's kind of distracting the amount of noise that's going on outside. Sounds like they're having a proper party. Which, considering it's only 6 o'clock in the afternoon, I can't see oil plants on there, so we'll just do that. So it's only 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Hope they're not going to be going all night. Quite a bit of stamina if they have. And so we'll whack on beacons. For if and when. I can't remember. Yeah, it does fit, doesn't it? 16, I think, around a thingy. And I need some power. Oh, look at that. That's typical. Typical. Can I move you so you connect? Yeah, there we go. Why have you not put any beacons down? Right, and then prods in there. Speeds in there. Oh, did I just put them in there? I did. Right, let's do, I don't know, a few of them. How much does it actually pump out? It's like, what is the recipe? 100 crude oil every 5 seconds. So yeah, if we do like sort of 4 of them, that gives us 400, which is plenty. Okay. So that's that side of things. I guess if I did need to add some more on, and same with these, we'll make room that way. So we actually need the chemical processing stuff up here. I don't think I've got chemical plants on me either, have I? I think they are on the bots. Yeah, I've not got any of them. Am I fussed about this being perfect ratios? I don't think I am. If I put it there, does that give me enough room? Come over here, bot. Spidertron, rather. So, sulfuric acid and water. And then we need to get it out somehow. So, I guess I can use that there, can't I? Yeah, we'll work that around, I think. Number 9. So we need this coming out. Well, just connect it there, I guess. Like that. And then cool. And somehow I need to get power in. Might need to rethink that, but we'll give it a go for the time being. I'll leave the inserters for a bit. So I'll just do a couple of them. Because we can hopefully... Oh, it's absolutely going to fire them out, isn't it? Should have worked all this out beforehand, but let's move this up. This whole row up, I think. In fact, let's do it with the cut and paste. And I can put it out the top there. Cool. So then I guess we need, again, if I need more, there's room there. But the next one is what? It's the actual sulfuric acid, isn't it? Now, is that going to work? So we can put water on the back again. And we can have one of the materials company. In fact, it might be easier. Give me a bit more options. In fact, let's do that. So this then, if I do that again, like so, then say it gives me more options. It doesn't really, does it? But I don't need, it's only one iron plate. Yeah, okay. So we can bring the iron plate up back here. So I don't need any of this to be efficient or like correct ratios or anything. I just need it to pump out a bit of sulfuric acid, really, and not very much of it. But so then if we have that pipe there, so that's the sulfuric acid coming out. And then we have, you know, this. Well, we could just take it through like that, can we? Oh, wrong way. Like that. Then we can have power there. So yeah, it's just to copy and paste that a couple of times. Oh, I forgot the... Oh, didn't I? So it kind of doesn't matter, but if we have solver on that side, I've got some options in terms of splitters and all sorts of rubbish there that I could do, I guess, but I don't think it matters really. So we want to output. In fact, probably going to end up with... Oh no, what am I doing there? That's better. So I have this outputting here, like that, and then like that. Nope, forgot the green ones there. Okay. And then I've actually got 2 lines of iron, haven't I? Okay. Let's just stick them together. Splitter or combiner rather. Cool. No. It's a poor alignment. So if we put it... That's annoying. Okay. Okay, so that's iron. Are you like full? Okay, yeah, you're full. And take that one out. Is that all pumping through? It's obviously not doing anything because it needs water. Both need water. But you've now got iron plate. You've obviously not got any sulfur. Right, okay, so let's hook some water up. Luckily, almost as if I planned it, there's a lake here. If we go past the... Yeah, let's take it across there, which means punching a hole through the trees. Really? So it's these two that need water, isn't it? Not a massive fan of that. If we go through here, we can keep ourselves out of the way. Whoops. Like this. Oh, Billy Bob. Biddle-e Bob. Right. What was I doing? Oh yes, pumps. Pumps, pumps, pumps. So... I think I should be able to supply both with one pump, I think. From memory, it's not actually that much water in the grand scheme of things. Scream of things. There. Take this down to... Oh, gone too far. Across there. Nope. There. Yeah. Oh, I'm out of pipe. I'm out of pipe. Let's bring number 7 over, who should have some more pipe. Loads more pipe. Pipe for days, mate. Pipe for days. I'm going to be just below the lake, aren't I? It's a bit inconvenient. Right. Let's do that then. Like that. Oh, I didn't connect that up, did I? I think there's a break in this pipeline. Yeah, there we go. 2, in fact. There we go. What happened there? Right, pop that there. Pop that there. Water flows. Lots of sulfur. Basically a belt's worth. Some sulfuric acid. We'll stick a tank in so that I've got an easy way of looking, looking at it remotely. Make sure it is all functioning. We will also stick a radar in. Make sure we've got coverage. Excellent. Excellent. Crikey, 6 o'clock already. Right, let's just clear out these trees first and then make sure the spiders are empty, etc. Right, let's take all of that out, I think. And then bring everybody over. What the hell happened there? Hang on a sec. Something's gone weird. No, that's fine. There we go. What? No. There we go. Sorry about that. I was just somewhat weird was going on with the stream manager. Bitrate apparently dropped down to 0, which I don't think is true. I think it was just having a moment. Right, we were biddly bobbing. Okay. What about you lot? Have you got any? So it's in your logistics. You trunk's not got any rubbish in it. No, trunk's not got any rubbish in it. No. No. Okay. How many? Oh, we got loads. Okay. That. Fill that up. Get rid of them. Okay. Okay. So this is where the thing is. So let's try and at least line it up. Like that. So we don't. I mean, we're not going to need 8 lanes worth of stuff. I'll just leave it in for the time being. I might come and double it up at some point or something, I guess. And more wood. Right. I'm actually going to turn the... Looks like everyone's left. I guess somebody important has just started streaming or something. I'm going to turn my audio. In fact, what I'm going to do, since there's no one here, let's reset this all to default. See, environment sounds is way up at 90. See, these are all loud. I should explain what it meant by some of them. So master is at 95%. See, that's gone way loud. Now, I have a thing about music that I don't like it to be loud, full stop sort of thing. So we'll turn that down. We'll turn the master down to 85. See, to me, that's... Well, it's not quite as such. Let's see if I can... I'm going to have to watch the stream back and see whether there really is an audio problem or whether maybe that was just some weirdness. Oh, it does a sound check. Okay, we've got to try that out. You see, the volume that, you know, the wiggly line that is the volume, or wiggly bar, is not particularly high compared to my voice. Oh well. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was going to line that up with that. So let's see if we can work backwards. Where's the... Oh, there it is. So, say this is the output. And then we want good old 12 beacon. Oh, I need to go and get the input as well, don't I? So we need to bring both of these over. Would help if I had that in the right direction. Whoops. Like that. I need to definitely bring this over. Like that. Right way around this time. I'm out of bell. Oh. Okay. So if that's where the red circuit is, where is the sulfuric acid? Sulfuric acid I could bring over the top. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll build it here, basically. So I need to get rid of even more trees. Always need to get rid of trees. Right. I'm trying to avoid doing what I managed to do with the first time I did the green circuits, which was basically that I pinned myself in, and then went away and actually did the maths and designed the build, and I had to tear it all up again. So I'm just trying to avoid tearing it all up, basically. But what I'm thinking is that essentially we have basically like an in and out in one continuous direction. The problem with that is I don't know how big it needs to be. Because the other option is I can go in crosswise, basically, so I can have inputs coming that way, and outputs, say, coming out the bottom, and that's more expandable and makes more sense. So let's do that now. I doubt I've got enough landfill because I might as well just go up here basically with the red and the green, and we can do a sort of a minibus system again. Not as in a minibus, but a miniature bus. That's quite a good dad joke, that one. Quite proud of that one. Right, yeah, so we're going to need to landfill this bit, aren't we? Somebody's got a little bit of landfill somewhere, but I don't know who it is. Let's turn that up. So we're going to need to be sort of there-ish. Yeah, and a minute we're out. So it's got to be like the train one, maybe. It's got to be like number 8 or something's got. No. What about you? Have you got? No. I don't think anyone must have any, because otherwise they'd have filled it in, wouldn't they? Maybe I put it on the military Spidertrons. Nuts. There's no one got any landfill. That's annoying. Let's just do that temporarily then. There's only this little bits of lake basically. Maybe if I use Spidertron, my personal Spidertron, and I put a little logistics request for landfill, a couple of hundred. Well, it's not a bad thing for him to have carrying about, because it's sort of a random thing that... Why are you not... Oh, I'm pressing the wrong key, that's right. Yeah, and let's send you back home. It's not far away, but... I don't know why we've not had any... I don't know if this is not working. In some way, I've maybe messed up the logic. It should be turning it off and on. We've not had any notifications of destruction. You know, we do lack an artillery train. That was very expensive. No. Okay. Yes, so what I'm thinking basically, you see, is essentially the output lanes are like that, and then they go that way and plug into that system there, and the inputs are all here. Yeah, that's the basic principle. Now I need to work out how I'm gonna... If I just copy and paste this. So this is like my, I say, my mini bus, miniature bus, and then we'll take lanes off basically. I mean, this is, I say, this is, yeah, it's way too many red circuits. We're also going to need to bring the sulfuric acid over, so we might as well do it in parallel with this. This is one of the reasons I've been doing the... You'll notice I'm very sort of hesitant in a sense. And it's one of the reasons I've been doing the builds like off stream. Because although I generally enjoy the building, as I've said on multiple occasions, I'm not necessarily the best at it by a long shot. And so I kind of end up thinking things through quite heavily, quite a lot, to be honest with you. And tearing things up and redoing them and blah blah blah. It's quite a distance actually. I'm bringing the sulfuric acid, isn't it? Okay. So if we imagine that, how am I going to work that round? I could take that a bit further up. Because effectively we want a fluid bus as well, basically. So if we just take it up there, is that going to be okay? It's probably going to be okay, I think. But yeah, so that's why I've been doing the planning them out, because I tend to sit there and just think for ages, and then try something and it didn't work, and then sit there and think for ages why it didn't work. So, if we, well, let's leave a bit of room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is where we want the line of belts to come out. We want. I should take a glass more. That's better. Right. So yes, this is where we want the belts to come out. I've not got any beacons again. And we want these sort of there, basically. I'll just do a spaced out design again. Standard thing. 12 beacon. Assembly machine. Blue. Blue. So this would have to connect here. Then we're going to want, I say what planning is basically that we're outputting here, but we can also output, unless I've got my orientation wrong, like that as well. Excuse me. That needs to be there. And that then puts it on both sides of the belt, gives us maximum options. And I've no real idea, I'm totally honest. So I guess I could take the reds down this way, couldn't I? Because we don't need as many reds, but we need loads of greens. How am I going to feed the greens in? I mean, if this was there, would that help? Could I do some weird arrangement? Because I'm thinking red's in there. Nice easy one to do, but we need so many greens. Are we going to be able to supply them? Becomes the question. I mean, I could do something with taking the pipe. So I've not done, because I've not done gold science basically in my design. So I've not really been fiddling about with. Actually, I could do that. If I was to do some sort of rotated design, what would that look like? That would be weird, wouldn't it? What other options have I got? Because what I'm thinking is at the moment is we could have this reversed. So that's there. And these are connectable then, but how do I get sulfuric acid into the system, as it were? Other option is we come out, we do something there. But where am I going to put? I mean, I could put that there. And then we can have pipes going that. Connecting. Makes this a bit complicated. How far can I actually... So I can put that there. And that can go like that. Yeah, okay. I don't like it, but it'll do. Or actually, I could put this here, couldn't I? Like that. And that could be like that. And I've got the option there to do that. Yeah, okay. So if I sort of copy and paste this, what does it look like? Like that. So we've got red circuits coming in here. I would say I need to pull that up, but that's fine. That's that. Actually, no, that's wrong. Need that to be there. Like that. And like that. That one to go through. Yeah, okay. Oops. So we want rods in there. Where am I going to power all this? So I need power there and there. And I've got some speeds. Like that. I need to connect some power somewhere. So we can bring power over here. Let's take you over there. Power lines. Oh. That was odd. I didn't actually click on that. Okay. Right, so let's go and grab the power. If I bring it up here, might be a bit neater. And so these come out here. You know, I've got room for balancer if we need it, but we shouldn't because it should be. Ah, that doesn't work, does it? But I don't need that connection there. I'm just wondering why I'm bothering feeding two, when I could just have this on both sides. Yeah, I could just have the pipe be like that. Don't need to do two. Just do that. And then like that. Cool. Cool. So pull that up. And we just need to duplicate this. Doesn't quite tile this, does it? Hang on, because it's got a belt there. Rather than... Hang on. So it's connected there. There, okay. Right, so this should tile. Like that. What's that? That's 2, 4. Let's just do 6 then. I mean, if I was to lay that over the top, oh, you'd go a bit weird, would you? Okay. Okay. Let's just pop one down. Don't need that. All that. All that. All that. Cool. Okay, so this should tile in the other direction. So we'll do 4 like that. So I have no idea kind of how many I need. Really. So we'll just stick some in, get it running, and then I'll do some maths. At some point. I think let's do it down here. Like that. And then a corner. Oops. That's... Oh. Got it in the wrong place. That. So, let's fill all of this in. And let's just bring everyone over. Do this trick again. Is there anything? Oh, I didn't quite get that bit. So let's take everyone over there. Oh, yes, number 5 should have the landfill that we need. Might just put some tags on to remind me which station is which. So this one's a green one. This one's a green one. Oh, did I already have that one? And then this one's a red one. And this one's a blue one. I say I have no idea how much we can support, how much is needed. Did you fill that in? You did. Okay. But we'll just get it up and running today, and then say I will do some maths at some point. Didn't actually occur to me, if I'm totally honest, to pre-plan these. Should have done. Oh well. Right. So you all need to go up there. And then we need... Which way around was I going to do it? So this was going to be the red circuits, wasn't it? And then this one's the green circuits. I suspect this may be the limiting factor. Ability to sort of fill in the green circuits, basically. So if we just copy that, I can at least work out where each one needs to be. And then that, and that. Oh, I didn't hook up the acid, did I? No wonder it's not making any actual blue circuits. There we go. So yeah, it looks like 4 machines is not really possible, but not far off. Yeah, this is just the dregs that are the leftovers. And this is absolutely caning it. So what we could do to even it out slightly is almost hobble these, and then all of them will run slightly slow. It's this tiny little red blip there, which means this one's then actually not running fast, but running. Don't really need a stack inserter there, do we? Okay. So let's start hooking some of these up. Tends to suggest if it's eating an entire lane of greens, I'm not actually going to be able to support 6 sets of this. What we can do is double up the amount of greens though, because we are producing quite a lot of greens. So I could have a second, well, I've already got, I think, a second unload. Because all I'm really aiming for is like a lane of blues, basically. With this. Why? Oh. You need them as well. Okay, everybody should have some stuff, but you haven't. Why are you not running? Because you haven't got green circuits, because that's the wrong way. How is that the wrong way around? How the heck was that the wrong way around? That's wrong. Oh, I've obviously... There has been a copy and paste error. Is everyone running now? I mean, apart from the whole not enough green circuits thing. Yeah, you see it's eating all of the lanes of green, basically. So, let us go and increase that. Where's number 5 gone? So we're going to need sort of 4 lanes extra. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. So hopefully that's enough. Okay. And we want... Let's leave a bit of space just to be cautious. Not do it as 8 solid lanes and get ourselves into trouble by accident. I'll be totally honest, and this is sort of more as a sort of for the record thing. I was a bit worried today about doing a stream on Factorio because Coverx has managed to put his foot in his mouth. And I'll explain what I mean by that in case people don't have a clue what I'm talking about. On the VOD, I'm saying it now because I can see there are no viewers live. Yeah, so what we can do here basically is like turn this into a... Oh, that was a bit dangerous. Shouldn't have walked in front of the train then. Yeah, change this so that it's 8 lanes coming out, basically. Am I going to do that now? I might as well. I need to put all this belt in, basically. That is the other thing. So fill that bit in for me, will you? That's... And everyone come down here. I'm not sure why I've got such a... why I'm moving about so much. Apologies, it's probably making the audio go all over the place. At least there's no riot going on outside anymore. I'm guessing the football either started or half-time or stopped or whatever. And that's why, but... I don't want to give the impression that I hate football. I'm not. I'm completely ambivalent to football. If I'm totally honest, I don't care either way. What I am... Why I take no interest whatsoever, really, is more to do with the fact that, particularly in the UK, it's kind of done as this... There's this assumption that you like football and that you have a team. And as I say, I am completely ambivalent. This is soccer football, not American football or any of that. I mean, I don't really like any sport. If I'm totally honest. You know, I don't really like any of those types of sports. I mean, they're all right. I mean, it's, you know, I'm not saying. I say I don't hate them. I don't like them. I'm just completely ambivalent to them. But say the bit I don't like is the assumption that you know you must be interested, and particularly that you're weird if you're not. I just don't care. It's just, you know, it's like I don't care about I don't know, tennis either. But that's not regarded as weird. If you don't like football, then it is, and I kind of resent that, if I'm honest. Right, so we want to do something like this. I should really have pulled this up and then done it, but there you go. So that's there. So they're uneven on the sides, basically because oh, that's annoying. Basically, inserters output on the right. I'm gonna have to move this up as well, aren't I? And what it interprets as the right, as in right-hand side, is kind of variable. It doesn't quite always necessarily make logical sense, but it is consistent, which is what you really want. That there. That. Need some greens on. So here you see this inserter inserts on the right hand side of the belt. So in order to have even numbers out of 6, you know, 6 chests, you need 3 on this side and 3 on this side. But on this side, make sure he's not going to get run over. The right hand side is on the top, basically. So in order for this side to have, you need the the output to be there, basically. That's all I'm really doing. I say, and it is. I mean, it is correct in a sense, but it can be a bit confusing. We want to say there maybe. Oops. Yeah, okay. I need some green, stack inserters on. That's why there's gaps in this lane coming out. Yeah. That. Like that. Because it's not quite enough, basically. So I'll put some stacks on. That should be closer. From memory, it's actually... Oh, what happened there? It's actually more like 2 stacks and 1 blue, is my memory. what you need. You still get tiny gaps because, I mean, you can fiddle about with the stacking to a size, but it's because they sometimes end up accidentally in sync. So accidentally, you know, all three of them run out of stuff at exactly the same time, so you then have to. So you can fiddle about with stacking to a size and stuff, but I don't really care, to be honest. Right. Let's get all this belt stuck in. Is that all filled out? I think that's all filled out. We've not got any... Oh, there's all those issues at the outposts, aren't there? So, let's hook up this over here. So effectively those four are supplying 4 lanes there, so we could probably just chop this off and have these be supplied from over here, I guess. So if I copy this, if I copy these two, something like that, stick that there, we should be able to support these as well. Actually, let's copy and paste that. Do that. And oops, no, that's the wrong place. Do that. 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 Do that. Oops. Oops. Okay. I might as well just do that. Like that. Across there, across there. And then plug these gaps. Like so. Oh. There as well. Okay, there's been the bots up to fill it all in. You're not going to make it across that gap, are you, lads? No. Or are you? Oh no, yeah. Long legs. Long legs win the day. Sexy, sexy Spidertron and its long legs. It's weird how it does that. Well, not weird, but sort of, you know. Have we got enough acid? Yeah. We just haven't got the machines in. Fine. Why are you not... Have I messed up? Oh, I have. Well, not messed up, but... That's not copied in there. That's getting green circuits now. Yeah, okay. So we can kind of get rid of this end bit, basically. So we've now got how many machines we got? We've got 32 blue circuit machines. Should be a more than this. Well, I can't. Well, then it's not equivalent, is it? Yeah, it's not equivalent. In fact, if I put the prop modules in, yeah, I have missed some speed beacons though. Whoops. Yeah. Obviously missed them the first time I did it, and then I've just copied it over. Okay. Oh dear. It's hard work, this thinking stuff. Right, so what have we actually got coming out of here? Is it basically a blue belt, something approximating a belt. It's not really, is it? I mean, I knew it was going to be, you know, hungry. But I'm a little surprised at how little is actually coming out of that. I mean, I am producing an enormous amount of green circuits. So I'm guessing this is all, yeah, look, it's all sort of backed up and stuff. And have we got 2 trains over here? Yeah, got 2 trains over here. So we could have a second green station stop, but I can't really get any more out of, you know, the one train. And as you can see, it's got gaps in there. Oh, that's not connected. That's one of the problems there. That's all right. We have a belt error. Everybody, we've got a belt error. Belt error fixed. Okay, so that should improve the flow a bit more. But yeah, it's kind of the maximum I can really support, given the design I'm using, in terms of unloading. So if I want to do more blue circuits, which I almost certainly do, I need another station, really. I mean, we could go sort of fancy, in the sense of I could move the stacker. Why is that roboport there? But I could move the stacker that way. I mean, how many am I going to need a stacker? Really? I mean, I'm not, am I? Really? But we can move the stacker that way and just have a couple of stacks, you know, a couple of slots on it, and have literally a second station right next to it, and then, you know, plumb the trains round, basically. That's probably easiest than doing an entire new station there. Anyway, we're going up to 7 o'clock, so if I do that, I will do that tomorrow, or between streams. What I will do between streams is probably math this out and work out, have I messed this up, or is there some better way of... Well, there's bound to be a better way of doing it, but, you know, would I be slightly better doing a slightly different design or something like that? I suspect not, because I mean it really is eating these lanes. So it's more just a case of, you know, bringing, you know, 2 more lanes in, basically. You know, another 8 lanes, bring it up here, and just chuck it into more, essentially, because we've got room to do it here. I seem to have managed to position this such... I could move it down, couldn't I? I seem to have managed to position this so that I've got to do land filling when I've got all this empty space here. Typical. Yeah, well, between streams, I'll math it out a bit. But what I will do is I'll move it over so that I don't have to fanny around doing that when we start up tomorrow. Because, I mean, you know, clearly, you know, I mean, it's not really actually supporting 4. I'm just sort of cheating it a bit. So there's, you know, there'd be no point having even more here. Okay. So yeah, so eventful stream. We've had an outpost disaster, which is always nice. I'm kind of... I mean, I suppose they're just not going very fast. I'm kind of staggered that an artillery train couldn't plough through those biters. I guess it was just the sheer density. And it was a lot of biters. Yeah, I need to think about that. I suspect the solution, in quotes, is a special T-junction here. I mean, I could even bring it inside the... You know, I could take the rail inside so that the trains have built up a bit of speed. Anyway, yeah, we had a artillery disaster at the outposts, and then we've sorted out, doubled up the green circuits. I started the blue circuit build. Let's put a tag on. Oh, I already done it, didn't I? Oh yeah, I've already done it. So yeah, so next time, tomorrow, 3 o'clock, BST, starting tomorrow again, we will finish off this process. So what we'll do, we'll double this up, because what I can do, I can basically, I've also got the 2 builds, so I can have it more even. At the moment, they're both sending to red, and this one is sending to blue, and this one is sending to the bus. So we could switch the trains up so that it's, 1, 1, 1, and 1, 1, 1. So I'll probably do that on the stream. And say we can have a secondary drop-off station. We'll do something a bit fancy there. That'd be interesting. So that then we've got, a good chunk of blue. I'd say quite like a lane's worth-ish of blue circuits, or as close as we can. And this looks like half a lane, maybe. But say I'll map all of that out and see how we need to do that. And then what we're going to do, we're going to add the station to unload the blue circuits onto the bus, take this out, and that'll then free up all the green circuits to properly feed our bus and science and etc, etc. And then I'll do what I'm planning up here, which is basically a new build, where everything that ends up at the end of the bus gets converted into circuits, basically. That's modules, speed modules in particular. So I'll need to come up with a beaconed, module design. Because, as I say, I'm pretty sure I've now got enough prod modules. It's just the speeds that is nowhere near enough. At least 3, probably more like 4 times as many as that. Cool, excellent. So yeah, so if you have joined me today, anyone and everyone, and particularly people who are watching on the VOD, who I know, a few people have been and have stopped in and said hello, etc, etc. So hello back. I'm Trismegistus, at Trismegistus. You can find me here, obviously, on Twitch. I stream Satisfactory on Fridays for a couple of hours, just a bit of fun after work. Yeah, getting on quite well. Really enjoying it, actually. It's a good fun game. And it is, it's 3D Factorio, but it is distinct, and it is interesting. But yeah, that's cracking on. I'm nearly at the sort of final hub tier, really. It'll take a while to build all the stuff, but I've nearly unlocked everything you can, basically. Then I stream Factorio on Saturday and Sunday, starting at 3 PM BST. There's a schedule on my Twitch page to work out your local time if you want to come and join me. Say hello. I usually stream for at least 3 hours, but 4 if I can manage it, if I'm not feeling too tired. No, not COVID, vaccine side effects and all that. I then have a YouTube channel and a Twitter, which is at Trismegistus, but it's alias to Triggles. So on YouTube and Twitter, you're looking for Triggles or Trismegistus. I archive the VODs for Satisfactory on a Friday, early in the morning, and then I archive the VODs for this Saturday and Sunday on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you want to check those out or catch up with the series, because there's a full playlist and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think that's it for me today. I say, if you have joined me at any point or watch back on VOD, then thank you for doing so, and I hope to catch you in another one. Thanks for joining me. Cheers.